The road to Metdhabi is the new concept of video I want to share with you today, which is a new series all in English. So, hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Thiago. I'm the lead of Meteora France, so the community account, and I usually make content in French, but today I decided to make a video series in English, and no worries for my French audience, there will be some French subtitles in every video I make of this series, so listen up, I've got a great concept ahead. Let me explain it to you. So Meteora announced Metdhabi, so the event just before Solana Breakpoint, and they announced also $2,000 in subsidies for members of the LP army to join in Metdhabi. And I thought, okay, so I want to make this $2,000 profit in order to go to Metdhabi and enjoy Metdhabi as much as possible. So to pay for my plane, to pay for my hotel, all of this. And I decided then to make this money on Meteora, DLMMing, and just bring some knowledge to the community and do a bit of a challenge for myself. But I also want to make this video series as educational as possible. So I'll be doing some live positions, also commenting past positions I've made, but we could also comment videos and content around other content creators on Meteora that have made some profits, and I'll explain it to you, like maybe how to open the position, how we did it, because sometimes just a video is just not enough to understand the full concept behind a DLMM position. So let's go ahead. So this is of course episode 1 of Road to Metdhabi. So really happy to start this, and thank you a lot to Naoj for making the thumbnail of the video on YouTube and also all the visuals for this video. He's a goat, so go and give him a follow. And so the challenge, I basically have 2 months starting from 3 Solana. Why 3 Solana? Because I think it gives a better edge than starting a wallet with 1 Solana and 2 Solana. I think 3 Sol can start to be a good starting point to make profit. So 3 Solana at the moment is approximately $660, and I want to make $2,000 profit. So in the end we should end up with $2,660. So that's the goal at the moment. I'll see how much I will post, if it's a video per week or 1 video every 2 weeks. I'll see about that. I just want to make this video as fun as possible for you guys and as useful also for you to learn how to DLMM on Meteora. So let's go directly with this PNL card that I made, I think yesterday on the virus coin. You can see I went in position for 3 hours. So the PNL is 4%, which is quite good, with a TVL of 540. So I didn't use the full 3 Sol. I think it was 2.5 Sol, and I recorded the position. So I'll try to make some play and pause for you to understand why I decided to enter this position. So that will be really the key concept behind this video, explaining to you in details why I chose this, also chart reading, all of this, tips and tricks in general to be profitable on Meteora. So you can see I chose the 100 bin step pool, 2% base fee, and I went with the virus coin. The virus coin was really viral. It came with the trend of the weed token, which is the small Ponzi that came out on Solana, which brought a ton of traction on the chain and also a lot of volume on the token. And virus coin is the coin that of the, I think, the company that developed the Addicted Fun game, which is the name of the game. So I entered a position which is a spot position. I think it was a full range, so I just went one-sided with Solana. I'll show you how to do it just in a moment. So let's just run the clip and see what I did. So as you can see, yes, minus 40% on a 100 bin step pool, 2%. This is the chart. So I was just analyzing the chart. As you can see, why I entered at 40%, that was the thought process behind this. I just came to the price actually, and I saw there was a support point. Okay, I'm in just a 1 minute timestamp, but I can see kind of a support here, a resistance level at 40% downside. So I was like, okay, let's hope at maximum for a 40% downside, then a rebound to print some fees. So I said, okay, let's do it. Also went in with the RSI and the MACD indicators, which are really, really useful for exiting your positions, to decide when to exit actually. I could link you also to Logical TA's content. He's great for exiting strategies. I'll put all of this, of course, in the description, so you can go and read his threads on exit strategies for DLMMs. So I was just analyzing the charts. So minus 40%, one-sided Sol. I think I went 2.5 Sol. Started printing fees. It was not crazy. So you see 64% here, which is not a lot, but then I think it was enough for me. I believed it would rebound, just correct a bit and then rebound. That was another position I had at the same time, but I'll show you just after. And then, yeah, I think so. I just leave it here. So you see the position was this. I think for 3 hours it made some movement in the price in the range, and then I just exited when I saw that I had approximately a 4 or 5% win, which gave this, of course, this P&L card that you see here. So yeah, happy for the first win. This win here is also quite long, so 5 hours. So you will see I'm the kind of guy that likes to do longer term plays. I'm not really the heart attack type of strategy guy, even if I would love to adopt it, and maybe we'll do in this challenge. Maybe I'll open a heart attack live if I see a coin that's popping off. But here you can see 8% PNL, which is really nice. Also, I think I put the whole 3 sol there. It was a bit more than 3 sol. $69 profit. So yeah, 69. So let's say 70 plus the 21 that we made earlier. We made $91 yesterday on these positions, so almost $100 in profit. So great start to the challenge. So you can see this position was quite risky. So I entered at this point in the, I think it was just the whole pump that made with weed that came with the weed token. And then of course, because it's a Ponzi, I expected it to dump, because Ponzi's always people, they take profit. So expect it to dump at some point and then hope for a rebound when they make an announcement. And this was exactly what happened here. It dumped, of course, initially, so I made the full range downside, so I think it was minus 50%. If we look at the pool, 50 bin step, 0.3% base fee, which is not ideal in my opinion. Should always stick to 100 or at least 2% base fee, because the 2% base fee will cover the impermanent loss, but with 0.3%, and then okay, the dynamic fee is at 1.4%, so meaning that the fees that go through the pools are actually at 1.4% at the moment, not 0.3. But when you have a 2% base fee, you still have 2% here, or you could have 3%, which is always better, so you print more fees. But here still managed to print some fees, so you can see quite decent. 35% is not crazy, but went almost to the end of my range there. So you can see I drew the range, so it was really at the top. So I expected it, of course, to dump. It went out of range a little bit, so I was a little bit skeptical here, but I thought they were going to announce something. I was thinking about the PvP, maybe for the weed token, for the addicted.fun game. And you could see a start of a rebound, and that's exactly what happened. So there was a rebound at the end of the range, which gave me the opportunity to exit. So you will see after. So the volume was quite okay. So in the 5 minutes, I had 72K, not crazy, but still okay for printing, in my opinion. Still also was, of course, in a bid ask. And you can see here, when I was checking my position on LP agent, you could see I was at a loss of 10%. So quite high. So impermanent loss was quite high and the fees were not compensating at all. So I was waiting for a rebound, which came really quickly. So you can see it, the little rebound on the chart, but then later this percentage, 10%, becomes green and becomes much more like 3-4%. So there we go. Here you can see the price pumped even more. So that was the start of the rebound we saw just before. Then it crashed a bit and came up again. So that's the full rebound, and at that point you could think about exiting. And if I check now the PNL on LP agent, it's already positive. So you can see a small rebound, because this is a small rebound in my opinion. When it reaches after the top of this higher low, that's when maybe it will go even higher. But for me, I was not wanting to risk even more, so I just exited my position to be sure that it was not going to dump again. So you can see here it's at 2% with the small rebound. I wait a little bit more, I think. So yeah, I wait. Now it's at 4%. That's the bid ask that you saw. So it's a bid ask with a little bit of spot position in order to have some liquidity at the top of the range to print. But this increases the impermanent loss, of course, compared to a pure bid ask. So the rebound continues to happen, still continues to go up. Of course, PNL starts going up again. And you can see, compared to before, I claimed my fees. So at the rebound, I was like, okay, let's secure the fees. I claimed and I swapped the weed tokens into Solana to benefit from the increase of value of the weed token during the rebound. And this is what happened. Of course, the rebound occurred because of this announcement, dear dealers, ready for some big news. And of course, there was speculation around it. So the rebound continued. But this rebound, I didn't think it was going to rebound as much as it did. So you will see I exited maybe too early, but as some good DLMers say, better to cry in green than to cry in red. And you can see my PNL reaches 5% here, 5.1%. I decide to exit the position and have a nice PNL card that you see there. So the $69 PNL card that you just saw before. So these are my two positions I wanted to show you today. I'm opening new positions. I'll keep recording my sessions also. Today I won't make a live opening of positions. I just wanted to show you how to make this mix between spot and bid ask, because I get some questions to how do you make this kind of shape on Meteora. So for example, you take this, you put one Solana spot here, you add liquidity, and then on top of this position you put the remaining. So here I have 2 sols remaining. I put the bid ask and I open the liquid position on top of the spot position, and I get this really clean spot plus bid ask position. So you still print on the top of the range, and also you have the bid ask strategy combined, so the best of both worlds. And also don't open a position here on this token in this pool. It was just to show you how to do the shape. I just withdrew the liquidity. And so guys, let's end this session, this, let's say, DLMM educational session and Road to Metdhabi episode 1 with this crazy heart attack clip from StatsMonk. So I'll just put the full screen and comment to you this heart attack strategy that I just love so much. When I see these videos, I'm always so hyped. So you can see it's always the same pattern that StatsMonk uses for his heart attack strategy. He uses like token with a lot of traction, with a lot of volume. So you can see here the volume is picking up, a big upside. So it's always when there is on the upside, don't do this while it's dumping. So while it's upping, you can see the Sombrero token, 6.72 million market cap. The volume is at 400,000 on the 5 minutes, which is great. So great volume. Here he chose the 100 bin step pool at the 2% base fee. I think the dynamic fee is like at 4% almost. And what he did, he put 5 sol, so only Solana, at I think 15 bins. So 15 bins I think covers minus 11% range, something like this. So it just covers like this kind of range, and he's just hoping for movement in his range to print fees, and you will see it's exactly what happens. And he has his PNL here live with Ultra LP. You can see it's moving. He's printing fees. You can see already really nice fees. So his PNL already 0.14, and I think his position is like 2 minutes top. So of course here it's the speed is increased, but you see the price pumped too much, so there was a little retracement here with volume. He exited, he took the profits. So first PNL 0.2 sol, great, and then he reopens it. There's another movement up, so he wants to benefit from that new movement up with another strategy attack. So you can see here 15 bins, minus 13% range on sol, and he does the same. Basically he just opens the same position as before and he prints. So yeah, it just works, guys. It just works, and I'll explain it to you why it works and why the risk reward is nice on these strategies. Because okay, now it prints, nice movements. Here it's dumping a bit, but he waits for some big movements up, and here you'll see a small rebound, and he will just exit. Yeah, he just exits now, and he makes another positive PNL. And let me explain to you why these work. So yeah, you can see he has 2 PNL cards, so one $25 and one I think $44 if I remember correctly. So when you set this Solana here 5 sol on a minus 13% range, while the token is pumping crazy, okay, in meme coins with 6 million market cap, you can expect some movements of 30% in seconds. But here it's not a 100k market cap coin, it's a 7 million already, let's say. So he's betting on small movements, minus 10%, but the fees and the volume is so great. So you really have to pick the tokens that have huge volume. So that's really the secret. If there's volume and you concentrate your liquidity in such a tight range, you will generate fees that will cover the impermanent loss. That's for sure. And minus 13%, you don't lose minus 13% value of your soul. If it goes down here, you lose a bit less. So the impermanent loss is less than the minus 13%. It's minus 8, minus 7% in spot. so in a 100 pin step pool. So what happens if it goes out of range? Well, first then you generate fees, but then if there's a small rebound, then you just exit and you are like almost for sure in a win when there's volume. So because the fees are just so good. So that's why this heart attack strategy has a great risk reward. So you need good volume and an upward going token, so a really good pump. And when the token starts to show decreasing volume, do not try this strategy. And please do not try this strategy if you are not an experienced DLMer. If you're a beginner, stick with multi-day, stick with bid asks, which are like really the safest place in DLMs on Meteora. So yeah, that's it. Be sure to follow SatsMonk. Also be sure to follow Naoj, who made the visuals also for the video. Please also give a follow to Meteora France community page. I'm the lead of this page, so would really support my work. And also big thanks to Logical TA here. I will link his thread on the simple DLMM exit strategies for you to read. It's a really good read on how to exit DLMM positions if you are not sure when to exit, on which pump to exit, while using different kind of indicators. So please give him a follow. So yeah, thank you guys. At the moment, $100 profit on the wallet, so 3.5 sold total on the wallet. And yeah, let's go for $2,000 profit. So see you for the Road to Metdhabi episode 2. See you guys.